So what's up, y'all? This is Flying Squirrel. UFC 314 just happened last weekend, and I was planning even before to make a video about how Gene Silva is a psychopath. Because, well, I mean, the obvious. Why would I make a video talking about how he's a psychopath? I don't know. The obvious, huh? We could start with the barking. We could start with the barking, right? I just think this is so funny. White people are so nice and accepting. When they see you doing something crazy, that's how they look at you. Black people, on the other hand,
bruh.
no, we're going to give you the side eye now. You're going to act crazy. We're going to give you the side eye. Look at Herb Dean. He's like, what did I get myself into, bro? What is this dude doing, man? Yeah, man. So why would I think Gene Silva is a psychopath? He's doing this barking thing all the time, man. Acting like the FedEx driver is out front. Here, let me go back. This is my favorite photo. Acting like the FedEx driver is out front. Israel Adesanya was front row for this fight. He had to see the dog man with his own eyes. But I mean, there's other reasons why I would think Gene Silva's a psycho. The way he walks in, he looks like, here's Johnny. Jack Nicholson in The Shining. He seems insane. He seems crazy. Here's another one. Every fight, 3 fights? It took me 5 minutes to find all these clips of him high-fiving. And multiple times per fight. He's always going to high-five you. And then seconds after he high-fives you, he's going to brutally finish you. Absolutely just cataclysmic damage to your body.
I put a lot of dogs down in my day.
Like, his finishes look like mafia hits. So he barks like a dog. He walks in the cage like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. He'll high-five you like you're his friend. He'll be smiling the whole time. He does you down. He does you bad. And then after he does you bad, he aura farms over your unconscious body. He does this this is the Gene Silva starter kit, man. He stands over your unconscious body. You guys see how many clips I have of him doing this? Look at how many fights he does this in a row. And now the last step of him acting like a psychopath is he starts crying. He starts crying. And once again, multiple instances. Every single fight, you got the same deal. You got the barking. You got the here's Johnny. You got the high fives at least 3 or 4 times. You have the brutal finish, the aura farming after the brutal finish, and then you have the crying. But as I was diagnosing this man, as an armchair YouTube psychologist, as I was diagnosing this psychosis, the crying didn't look like psychopath behavior. Manipulative, unless the crying is manipulative, deceitful, antisocial. He's not antisocial. He goes with his team. He has plenty of friends. He's not antisocial. He doesn't act like grandiose. He does have a need for stimulation. I don't think he's a pathological liar. I guess we'll find out later. He doesn't seem like a psychopath. So I was like, why is he crying? Why is he crying? And I stumbled upon this video today, and I saw this comment, and it completely changed my whole perspective of Gene Silva. So I'm going to blow this comment up, and we're going to look at it. Someone said, for those who don't know, his brother he saw his mom being by 3 guys and couldn't do nothing. His mom later on those guys and went to jail. So you might understand why this man is crying all the time. What makes me happy for him is that even though he passed through all this, he finds strength to be thankful to Jesus every single day. Another thing, not long before he became a professional, he left his house and was about to himself, but was saved by his friend and also UFC fighter Mauricio Rufy, who invited him to eat and play video games at his house and made a very happy day for Gene, while also talking about Jesus. Gene says that after all the playing and eating, he was finally happy with something. Okay. Now that is extremely heavy. And usually my videos are comedic. The comedy is over for this video.
The fun's over.
We're going to look into this because I saw that comment and I was like, this is insane. I have to talk, well, no pun intended, insane. This is heavy, man. If this is true, this completely changes the way I see Gene Silva. So I looked it up, and it turns out it's true. So we're going to be looking at this article. He was bullied through childhood for barking. It was like a nervous tick. Well, now I feel bad for making fun of him. So let's look. This is an article by Ryan Harkness on MMAmania.com. So yeah, he leaned heavy into the mind games, spent much of the fight week barking in Mitchell's face like a dog. Yes, we saw that, like a dog. Lord Silva would end up tapping Thug Nasty with a ninja choke. Yes. Okay, so here he is crying again. He had a hard time holding back tears, and she tried to steer the conversation somewhere positive. Shout out to Megan O'Leary. And then he starts talking. So he says, I feel my brother's presence in a way that I only feel when I'm here, you know. Barking comes from my brother. He gave me a dog when I was little. And since then, I started to show my emotions by barking while playing, watching TV while at school. I suffered a lot because of it, because it was a nervous tick doing that. Okay, so now this is like an anime backstory. So his big brother gave him a dog, and then he started to show his emotions by barking, which is, you know, I'm sure he did get bullied for that. I think that's the society's the society's responsibility is if a kid starts acting like an animal in public, you should bully that kid. I think that's not unreasonable. But it is sad that, you know, that's how he connected with his brother. That's how he expressed his emotions. And he had this, you know, sentimental pet that reminds him of his brother, and that his brother died. So he says he hasn't talked publicly on the specifics of what happened to his brothers, but there seems to be some really dark things in the UFC featherweight's past. Absolutely. And then a recent interview out of Brazil had him touch on a horrific situation with his mother. So this is him actually talking about his mother. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine this. Can you guys imagine this? Oh gosh, let's play this video.
Eu vi minha mãe ser presa, eu vi minha mãe ser estuprada por 3 caras. 3 caras abusaram da minha mãe, eu vi minha mãe matar esses 3 caras, eu vi minha mãe ser presa. Eu vi minha mãe abandonar a carreira que ela era boxeadora para criar os filhos. Então, fala mãe.
Oh my gosh.
Fala filho.
Oh. Okay, that's sad, dude. That's really sad. And here's what he said. I saw my mom be, oh my gosh. Man, it's rough to even see your mom like have a cold, bro. It's hard to see your mom even get hit on at the store by a man. Can you imagine 3 men? That's so heartbreaking, man. That's so heartbreaking. Part of me wishes that the UFC had mentioned this beforehand or maybe put this out a little more, but also I understand completely why they wouldn't put this out because it's so private and it's so personal to him. Unless he wants to publicly say, hey, this is what I've been through, this is my life, I think, yeah, like we should respect his privacy for his brother and his mom being in jail. So like present day, Gene Silva, all these smiles that we see, if he wants to talk to his mother, he has to go to jail to visit her because she defended herself, because she got revenge on her own abuse. Like this guy has been through 10 times what the average UFC fan has been through. I mean, the average UFC fan, the hardest thing that we go through is trying to open up a bottle of Mountain Dew with our sweaty hands. Gene Silva, man. And then, of course, man, I love how this, well, I don't love how this led him to Christ, but I love how from dark situations you can find light in Jesus Christ. And it makes the team of the Fighting Nerds so much more, it's so much easier to root for them, knowing that Mauricio Rufy, he's not just a cool guy who likes spinning kicking and a cool guy who wants new tattoos and fights. Like Mauricio Rufy is a legitimate friend, like a true friend to Gene Silva, not just a training partner. He changed his life, and now both of them are multimillionaires. Both of them are rising up the ranks in the UFC. What a absolutely beautiful story. I'm so glad that I found this story out. I'm so glad that I have this platform that I could share this story. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is beautiful. I will definitely be rooting for Gene Silva a lot more now that I'll definitely be rooting for Gene Silva a lot more in the future. I mean, how can you not? I mean, how can you not after this? Let me know what you guys think. This is Flying Squirrel. Like and subscribe if you like and want to see more content like this. I'll see you guys later. Peace.